Hey, welcome back, friends. It's Aaron from GTAO VLOGS. I'm out here wrapping up the end of a trip. I'm out here in the American desert doing some dry washing for placer gold and a little bit of prospecting and things like that along the way. And I'm wrapping up this trip, and I just realized that I've got a good tip. I got a good tip that I want to share with some of you people out there who may be considering dry washing in the future, or even if you've already begun dry washing out in these deserts, these beautiful places. So anyway, let me show you what I'm talking about. I got a good tip for dry washers for placer gold out in the desert. All right, so here's the situation. You're out in the desert, you're dry washing for gold. You've just done a clean out. Here's your machine, here's your dry washer. This is the riffle tray in here, this is the hopper. And you're getting ready to run some more dirt. So, like I said, you've already done a clean out. Now what you see out here, these are all tailings. Starting right down here, these are all tailings. These are all the waste rock. These are all the lighter stuff. These are all the elements that were not captured in the riffle tray. And then you see over here, these are some header piles. These are some piles that did not make it through the grizzly and did not go through the riffle tray. Here's another one. So you've got header pile and you've got tailing piles. Now when you're getting ready to start up the dry washer and you're going to start for a new run, let's say for example that you've got some really nice material over here. You've got some rich material, and you don't want to just put that material straight into the hopper and have it start to work its way down through the dry washer. That's going to be sort of uncontrolled. It's going to be sort of out of control with the blower. The blower is blowing the air through there. What you want to do first, in my opinion, and this is what I always do, is you want to, what they call charge. You want to charge that riffle tray, just like in wet sluicing for placer gold. A lot of times the sluice boxes are what they call charged prior to when they run the high grade material through the sluice box. And what you do by doing that is you fill the riffles with sort of a, in this case, a material. This is the tailings. So you're filling the riffles with a material that has already been gone through. It's already gone through the dry washer. All this tailings out here, these are all the lighter elements. So what I do is I take the shovel and I take some of these tailings here. I used to put them directly down on the riffle tray, but since then I just pour them in the top in the hopper. Pour them in the top in the hopper. About 2 shovels works well for this particular model of dry washer. So you put about 2 shovels in there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the blower and then I'll turn it off again. But by doing so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill the riffles with the material that I've already gone through, that we can be pretty sure there's no gold in that because it's already gone through the machine. So you're filling the material with a medium that then when you run your rich material, when you're running the unprocessed material that might have very good gold in it, you're going to run that through a riffle tray that already is charged with a medium that can then exchange with the new material. So as you're putting in the new material, what's going to happen is this medium that you've created within the riffle box, the medium is going to start to exchange light for heavy, light for heavy, light for heavy, and you're going to start capturing all those heavies in the riffle trays as it was intended. So let's just say this was a very rich spot and you didn't want to lose any of that gold. Rather than just dumping the material in the top with the blower going and possibly blowing out gold, possibly not having the actual riffles work the way you want them to, you charge the riffles first. This is also done with larger sluices in wet placer operations. They charge the sluice with, they might run a sluice for an hour or two or even like half a day with sort of low grade material or poor quality material, just blank material, and then they start to run their high grade ore or their high grade material through the through the processor. So this is really just a concentrator is what this is. It's just a concentrator. As you're running the earth through the machine, it concentrates it down and captures the heavier elements, displacing the lighter elements, which come off here in the form of tailings. I'm going to start the machine, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here just for a sec. So now what we've done here is we've charged the riffles with material that has already been gone through. It's already been processed. So this is basically, we're created a medium now. We created a medium in the riffle tray. In wet plasters, you create a medium in the sluice box in those riffles. And that way, when you're running your high-grade material through the machine is already performing the way it should, and you're just going to exchange heavies for lights, and you're going to capture all that gold. You're going to capture all those heavies that you're running through. So that's something that I learned along the way. I hope you find it helpful, and there's my quick tip for dry washing out in the desert. Have a good one, everybody. Thanks for coming along, and heavy pans.